Hi, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz. Welcome to Fusion Flow Mat. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat. We're going to be moving through some dynamic stretch sculpting, so it's not going to be a very intense workout, but you definitely will still enjoy the large range of motion moves, the flowing nature of the routine, and it does have a bit of a sculpting element. So we're going to get started warming up all of our large muscle groups, and then we're going to flow through all different types of exercises that will hit every part of your body. So I want you to get into a kneeling position, and if you find that your knees hurt a little bit, you might want to double your mat or even put a cushion or some rolled up towels underneath your knees. So put your feet together at the back and your knees are slightly wider, your body is just really relaxed here, your tummy's pulled in, and you're just coming down and up. So I want you to start coming down, sending your glutes towards your heels, and then as you come up, just lightly squeeze your glutes, and then just swing your arms in opposition. So you're controlling down and controlling up. You choose how wide you want to have your knees apart. The wider you have them, the more stable you will feel. Down and up, down and up. Warming up through the arms, trying not to just drop back, but lowering with control so that you're warming up the front of thighs. A few more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to bring our knees together and we're going to come down and then step forward. Come down and then step forward. So you're down and back and then stepping forward and pressing your hip to the front. Down and front. Down. I'll show you from the side. Down and forward. So you can see that I'm pressing forward and I'm feeling that hip flexor opening, and forward. Your weight is going into the heel, down and forward. And if this is a bit unstable for you, you can use the seat of a chair and put your hand on it, okay? Or even a wall, or any other piece of furniture that's handy. A few more like this. Let's go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to come down to the side, and our feet are going to be to the side of our butt, and we're going to come up and switch our feet. So it's up and down, up and down. So once you have it, start circling your arms around and down, around and down. If this is too hard to get off the ground, then use your hand to help you, okay? You can push off with your hand, and that's going to help you. And down, around and down. So I really want you to now reach long and stretch through your back, reaching towards the side wall, around and down. You should feel a bit of a stretch in your glutes on the side that's going down. Nice dynamic stretch. A few more like this. Let's go for 5 and 4. Hold your tummy in, it will help you get off the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're coming back into the center position. We're going to come down and then step open to the side and really open up through your inner thighs. So it's down and step. You can go slow and controlled. You're angling your foot slightly here, and you're really trying to get that stretch in there. And now start to bring your arms into it. I want you to push your arms back and lean slightly forward so that you're starting to feel that in the triceps, pushing forward. You're blowing out as you step, really trying to get a lot of stretch in there. Over. You can either curl your toes under at the back, or you can keep them down, depending on what feels more comfortable for you. A few more. Really push through the triceps at the back. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. We're going to sit down with our legs open. Now, depending on how flexible you are, you might only be able to have them here, or if you can, get them more open. And all we're going to do is reach and reach, reach and reach. So come to your point of stretch, and I want you to think about pulling your tummy in and keeping your back nice and flat. And you're reaching as far as you can past the toe. Or if you can't get that far, just reach until you really feel like you're stretching. But make sure your glutes are both planted on the mat. Don't lift up like this. Okay, you want your legs and your glutes on the mat. Reach and reach. We're going to change this up in a minute. A few more. Faster pace to get the heart rate up slightly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to reach over, reach over. So you're going to lean your body to the side and reach across over the top, over and over. Really stretching through the side body, over and over. Hold your tummy in really tight and think about your obliques. Your obliques are working here to move you side to side. Don't push off with your hand. Use your obliques to help you over and over. And if I ever go too fast, just slow it down to your pace. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now start pressing in front as if you're pushing something away. Diagonal. So push, push. Push a heavy cement block away. Are you feeling your inner thighs? They should be stretching here. Your back is flat, your tummy's in, and your shoulders are relaxed. Push, 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 push. Try to create isometric tension in your arms. Really imagine that pushing something heavy away from you. A few more. You should be feeling this in your abs as well. That twisting action. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now sit a bit more upright and just go faster. Push, push. Hold your tummy in, back is flat, and twist through the waist, but still think about the arms. Push, push. Trying to whittle the waist at the same time as stretching those inner thighs and dynamically stretching through your shoulders, through your arms and your upper back. A few more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Now we're going to come into like a Z position with the legs. So I want this front leg kind of lined up with the front of the mat, and this one is more in line with your hip. And we're going to lift off and reach across and then come down. So that's all it is. It's up and it's down. It's lift and it's down. So as you reach across, you're pushing your hip, this hip here, towards the front. It's diagonally up and front. Now start to lean further over. Squeeze your glute. That will help you to push that hip further forward. We're going to add on to this, but I want you just to get the feel of this first and make sure you're in a position where you've got your legs lined up in such a way that they're on the mat so you're not hurting yourself by digging into your bones. Go for 4 and 3. Again, push through your waist. 2 and 1. Now the next part of the move is the same thing, but we're going to come back and stretch out. So come back and stretch out. Up and out. So same thing, but you're bringing your leg diagonally towards you, following the line of your arm, and out. It's up. Try to get it in as close to your chest as you can. Blowing out on the extension. Up and out. Up and out. A few more like this. Then we're going to combine those two. 6. You should feel this in your obliques. 5. That's a bonus. 4. 3. 2. And 1. So what we're going to do is go up and forward. Up and forward. So push yourself up, you can slow it down a bit, and then forward. Up and forward. Up and forward. So you should be feeling your arm and upper back working here as well. Really stretching. So we're not holding on to weights here, but the many repetitions we're doing are burning out our shoulders and our upper back. So squeeze it. A few more. And forward. Go for 6. Hold your tummy in. 5. Really push up high. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And awesome job. Now we're just going to come back onto that same position with our elbow really nicely aligned. And instead of coming up and down, we're going to kick forward and then kick up. So kick forward and then up. And what we're going to do is we're going to start holding this up for a second. But first get into this, so you're kicking forward and then up. So your knee is going to there and then towards you. Let's do 4 more like this. Up. 3. Up. 2. Up. 1. Now what I want you to do is kick forward for 2, come up and hold. Come down, kick forward for 2, you can flex if you want, point up and hold, and bring it right in. Kick forward for 2, point up and hold. I want you to stretch closer and closer to the body each time. Hold. Kick, kick, up and hold. A few more like this. Up and hold. Really bring it in. Up and hold. 3 more. Kick, kick. Up and hold. 2 more. Kick, kick. Up and hold. Last one. Kick, kick. Up and hold. Nice job. We're going to the other side to do that same routine. So remember, you're aligning the front shin with your mat. The back one is kind of in line with your hip. It can be slightly more forward. And all we're doing is we're going to push off and we're going to lift up and then come down. Then lift up and then come down. So I want you to think, push your hip forward, squeeze your glute. It's up and then come down. Blowing out on the up. Really thinking about squeezing your waistline. So in here and pushing that up to the ceiling and down. And up and down. Really squeeze the glute as you push your hip to the front. It's up and it's down. You're getting a bit of work in your other hand here as well as you're pushing off. So you want to make sure your shoulder is aligned over your wrist, okay? A few more like this, and then we're going to do that leg raise and down. Let's go for 4. Squeeze your glutes and down. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. So remember, we're going to come down, bring the leg diagonally to the front and slightly up, and then come back. So it's forward and it's back. And if you want to use your arms in opposition, reach, reach, and sweep it. Reach, reach, and sweep it. Really think about sweeping and really targeting the waistline by twisting slightly to the back. Twist it. Forward and back. Forward and back. You can reach for that foot. I want you to keep the legs strong. Okay, so I know this is dynamic, so there's not a huge burn factor, but if you really focus on straightening that leg and pointing your toe and squeezing the front of thigh, you're going to get some work there too. 6 and up, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So now we're putting it together. So we're coming forward and then we're coming up. So it's forward and it's up. You can slow it down slightly. I just want you to get the form right and really stretch, stretch. Okay, so it's stretch those hips and it's forward and it's up. Are you feeling your side body stretching? Are you feeling your shoulder burning? You should be feeling that burn in there. Your upper back and shoulder, forward and up. You can look down at your hand. If your neck is getting a little bit tight, look down. Forward and over. A few more. Make sure that every time you come down, you're aligning your shoulder above that elbow. Let's go for 4. And up. And 3. And up. And 2. And up. And 1. And up. Awesome job. So now we're going to do those leg sweeps. We're going to go forward 1 and then up 1. Forward and up. Forward and up. So you can sweep with your hand. Forward and up. Really making sure your leg is super straight and that you are squeezing your entire leg as if you've got something behind your knee. It's straight, straight. Your toe is pointed and you're thinking tummy in and you're squeezing your muffin top area there. Forward and up. So every time the leg comes in, think squeezing the muffin top. Okay, you should be able to feel that oblique in there. Forward and up. That's why we're up on our elbow, but make sure you're not slouching. A few more and then we're going to do those front 2 and then hold. Go for 3 and up, 2 and up, 1. Now remember, come forward, flex, flex, up and hold it in. And it's flex, flex, up and pull it in. Every time you pull it in, I want you to try and get it a little bit closer. Flex, flex, and in. It doesn't matter where you hold your leg. You can hold it on the calf. You can hold it behind the knee. Just make sure the rest of your body is really stable here. Flex, flex, hold it in. Stretching your hamstring, stretching your inner thigh, all the way. Stretch, stretch, and up. So here you should also be feeling the lengthening, right? 4 more. Forward and up. 3 and up. 2 and up. And last, 1 and up. Nice job. Now we're going to come into like an all fours down dog position, but what I want you to do is bring your heels together and touching and your feet apart. Then put your hands in front of you and lift up. Make sure your heels are pressing together, and we're going to come down like a frog, and then we're just going to come forward and up. We're going to come back like a frog Then we're going to come forward and up. If this is too much for you, you can just come on your knees here, okay? Back like a frog, forward, look up. Opening through your hips by keeping your knees out to the side. And forward and up. Just a few more like this. And forward and up. Let's go for 4. Forward and up. 3, hold your tummy in. Forward and up. 2, and up. And last 1, and up. Now I just want you to come down into an all-fours stance, but we're going to keep the majority of our weight on our back leg and our back arm, and we're going to just keep our fingertips on the ground there, and we're going to go up and down, but I want you to kick up as high as you possibly can and angle your knee slightly towards you. So it's angling from slightly down towards you. So really kick it up. Kick it up. I want you to open up all through that inner thigh and feel the stretch in the back of the leg. A few more like this, and then we're going to go down on our elbow, and you should be able to feel it even more. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. So now come down on your elbow, and we're going to do the same thing. It's tap down, and then you're kicking up, but almost towards you as well. Up, down and up. Keep your legs straight, up and towards you. Big kick, kick. Blowing out on the kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Just before we go to the other side, we're going to come back into that open knee position, but we're going to come down into a child's pose and really just stretch that out. And then come back up and just bring your feet together and your knees together, and we're just going to come forward and back for a few. Back to the heels and propel yourself forward. A few of these. Great for the whole body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So now we're going to take that to the other side. So remember, we started in the all-fours position, but you've got your back hand and your back knee as your main support, and then you've just kind of got your fingertips, and we're going to kick forward and up, forward and up. So it's slightly coming towards you, and your knee is going from down to diagonal and up and up. So I want you to think about kicking high and stretching out every part of that leg really, and your glute and your hips. Up, all the way up, as high as you can, dynamic. Squeeze your glute. You should be feeling the burn on the supporting leg as well. A few more like this, then we're going down on the elbow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So come down onto your back elbow, and exactly the same thing, but this time slightly larger range of motion. Up, up. You can look down at your mat. So you're keeping your legs super straight, tapping down behind, knee to the mat, and then sweeping it to the side and up, side and up. Really large range of motion, stretching that out. This is stretch sculpting to the max. It's really good for every part of your body. You should be feeling this in your abs as well, holding everything in. Up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. We're going to come back into a plank position. We're nearly done with this. Come back into a plank position, and we're going to bring our butt up and just start walking our heels towards the mat. So if you can, get your heels down to touch, but if you can't, then just come to your low point. As if you're walking, and I want you to start bringing your arms out further and further away from your body and letting your head drop between your arms. Look back at your toes and really push your armpits down to the mat. Walking, 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 stretching your calves, your Achilles tendons, the back of your legs, stretching your shoulders, your upper back. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming forward into a plank, and we're just tapping down our knees. Same thing, tapping down our knees. A few of these and we're done. Come on, push out of your shoulder blades, suck everything in. Look down at the mat, keep your neck in nice alignment with your spine. Walking, walking. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Just come back into child's pose. Deep breaths. And then roll it up and just come and sit in a cross-legged position, and we're just going to sweep our arms across and across just to loosen that up a little bit after those plank and down dog exercises. We don't need a really long stretch here because we've been stretching the entire time. Now reach down low, loosening up through the shoulder blades and the back. Feels really good. Roll your shoulders back, down and back, roll them to the front, down and front. And we're going to come back into all fours and do some cat-cows because I like to finish that way. So breathe in through the nose, blow out through the mouth, and everything up. And then look up at the ceiling, in through the nose and out through the mouth, everything up. Push through those shoulder blades and everything down. And one more time. And blow everything out. And down. And just a quick glute stretch, so cross-legged again and just leaning forward. Ah, that feels good. Glutes are always a muscle group that you can stretch anytime as long as you want, because they do a lot. Every time you get up off a chair, you're using your glutes. Every time you walk upstairs, you're using your glutes. So it's good to stretch them out. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for my Fusion Flow mat workout. I hope you enjoyed the dynamic stretching, and I'll see you at the next segment.